The starter switch, for some reason, is a little bit meh. Funnels are for sissies. Hey, knock it off. What? Did you see that? There's only like, I don't know, 6 drawers in this toolbox, and I've been using it for years. You'd think I know where everything is, and maybe, perhaps even, I might get organized and put labels on the drawers. I still have to open up almost every single drawer to figure out which one the wrenches are in. It's really stupid. Not sure what's wrong with me. 10-ski. And 13. Now, I guess the question of the day is, should we take the time to fix, repair, restore old things, old equipment, or should we just buy new stuff, and when that new stuff wears out, throw it away, replace it, and just keep that going? I guess there's arguments to each, you know, and I guess maybe it depends on what exactly we're talking about. Like this old tractor. This tractor was born in 1948. It is a classic, to say the least. But it still, when it's properly maintained, it works really well. It does the job. Now, it doesn't have the enclosed cab and air conditioning and all the fancy safety features and all that, the doodads, but it's a very simple mechanism, and it's fairly easy to work on. It doesn't take an advanced degree to figure out how the electronics of this thing work. There's like 4 wires on the whole thing. Now, here's the debate that I always kind of have with myself in my own mind. It's like, how much is my time worth, right? Is it worth investing all the time and energy to perhaps learn how these things work and get the replacement parts and spend the time to fix the stuff? Is it worth that? Or should I is my time and my energy, my money better spent just going and buying a new thing and using that thing till it wears out? Again, I guess it depends on what you're talking about. Some things, it probably is just worth buying the cheaper new thing and just wearing the crap out of it. It just saves you time, it saves you energy, saves you money. But things like this old tractor here that I can actually fix, I can actually do it without being a very good mechanic. I'm not a good mechanic. I have gotten better, of course, because I've invested time and energy into it, but I'm not a good mechanic, and I appreciate, because I'm not a good mechanic, I really appreciate the simple things, the simple pieces of equipment like this old tractor. The same thing can be said about labor on different things. You know, take your truck to the shop and have somebody that knows what they're doing get it done really, really quickly and efficiently. It'll cost you more because you're paying for that labor, but what could you be doing during that time? What could you, instead of spending all day long or multiple days perhaps fixing the thing, you could be out being productive, producing income, doing something that's, you know, perhaps you're more skilled at, perhaps something you just enjoy more. What's your time worth? That's something that needs to be considered. Like, for example, I've got a wood stove that needs to be installed. First of all, I don't know what I'm doing, and apparently there's a lot to it. There's more to it than meets the eye. It's not just putting a wood stove in your house and then running some pipe up through the roof and calling it a day. Triple walls and double walls and insulated, non-insulated. Which one do you need here? What angle is the pitch of your roof and all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot to it, and there's a lot of codes that you have to try to adhere to if you're into that kind of sort of thing. And I just don't want to burn my house down. So do I do all the research, which I've done quite a bit, and I think I'm more confused than when I started. I'm not a smart man. Never claimed to be. Do I do all the research? Do I go purchase all of the individual parts and probably end up buying some of the wrong stuff and having to return some things and finally get it sorted out? Or do I just find a guy that knows what he's doing and get it done really, really quickly in probably half of a day? You know, I don't know. It just depends, I guess. With something like that, I might end up just getting a guy. I got a buddy actually that is really skilled with that. I might just hire him to take care of that job for me. But this Ford 8N, I'm invested in this one. This is my dad's tractor actually. He bought this tractor for about $1,000, but I've been using it, and so since I've been using it, I feel obligated to try to maintain it and buy replacement parts when needed. Like this radiator was shot. It might be the original one from 1948. I don't know, but it was leaking all over the place and just making a mess, causing problems. So we got a brand new shiny aluminum radiator in here. Now, I do believe that it may not always be possible to just go out and hire a guy to fix a thing or find the parts necessary to replace and repair. That may become more challenging in the not so distant future. So I do think that it's important for us to keep nuts and bolts and screws and that kind of stuff laying around, kind of stockpile that stuff a bit and learn at least the basic mechanics, at least be willing to learn how things, for the most part, work. I understand the basic mechanisms of how this tractor works, and I know it needs spark, and I know it needs fuel, and I know it needs coolant in it so it doesn't overheat, and those types of things. So learning just the basics, I think, is a big deal, and I think it's important to have the necessary tools and spare parts and stuff if you have the means to do it. Some things are easier than others because some things just don't last forever, like batteries. You know, electric start on this thing without a working battery is going to be tricky. So there's that. Having extra batteries laying around, having them all on battery chargers and tenders is a pain in the neck. So everything has its limits. I get that, but do the best as you can. Hey, knock it off. Quit. Hey, stop. Maggie hates Dozer. We don't know why, but she hates him. It's really annoying. My friend Maggie hates the thunder. Dozer, I don't even think he hears it. It's ridiculous. Maggie. You know, the only thing better than a zip tie is a jumbo zip tie. Stuff is just easier to access. You can see it, you can reach it, you can feel it. It's just a much more enjoyable experience. A lot of the new stuff, the throwaway disposable vehicles, for example, they are a nightmare. I can't stand it. It infuriates me to have to work on something like that you can't see it, you can't touch it, you can't feel it, you can't understand how it works. No one knows what it is. No one knows what it's called or where you can even get a new one. Danger. Do not open when hot.
Always a good time.
To use a funnel or not to use a funnel? That's the question. I think funnels are for girls. Funnels are for sissies. Look at that. Alright, so I spilled a little. Just a little. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the subject, guys. I want to see what you guys think. Is it worth repairing the old stuff? Is it a waste of my time? Should we buy the wooden handled axes so they could be easily replaced, or should we buy the synthetic handled axes that just, well, for one, don't really break ever, but if they should happen to break, we just throw them away and go buy another cheapo? I know what most of society is doing these days. It's pretty much out of gas. Maybe we should put some of that in there. Anybody else hate these stupid safety spill-less gas cans? Drive me crazy. I spill more gas with these safety featured ones than just a regular old spout. And they take forever. It's also important to hook up the fuel line if you want it to start. Can I get it on the first try? No! Gosh, every time. Every stinking time. 7/16 it is. Gasket around this fuel sediment little glass dealio here helps keep some of the crud out of your fuel line. It was completely gone, deteriorated, so I'm going to attempt to make another one. Dogs, would you quit? I'm attempting to make a new one out of just some thin cardboard here. A beer box would be the best, but I don't have one of those laying around. All right, clean that up a little bit, see if that gets the job done. Look at that. I think we fixed the leak. Just a little bit of cardboard off of a sanding block. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, good luck doing something like that on some of the newer pieces of equipment or newer vehicles, making a gasket out of a piece of thin cardboard. I mean, it's just probably not going to be a thing, not going to be possible. They just don't allow that anymore. Let's see if it'll do anything at all. Let's see. The starter switch, for some reason, is a little bit meh. I don't really understand how this switch works, but I was just messing around with it, giving a little spin here and there, and what? Did you see that? We had life. We have life. Let's see if we can get it going. What? We got it. A little bit of a squeaky belt. Squeaky belt, but we got her running. Hot dog. She's purring like a kitten. All right, guys, we got her going. A little bit of cardboard gasket for the fuel line there. New radiator. few tweaks here and there. It obviously needs a lot more work, but I think it's going to be operational real soon. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. I really, really do appreciate it. Let me know what you think. New and convenient and easy, or old and simple and easy to work on. I don't know. The verdict is out. I do like this old tractor though. I really do appreciate you watching. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Notifications bell, that's always a cool thing to do, so you know when we put new videos out. My videos personally on Survival Dispatch come out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so at 4 p.m. So stay tuned for those. Can't wait to see you on the next one. Leave a comment, thumbs up, see ya.